No. Just leave it there for now. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You can switch back and forth.
Okay. Okay, very good. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas in the United States. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoy the introductory slide while waiting for the Dharma talk to start. Very international. Very good. In the future, can we do a silent night or something if we can find music? More holy, I think I got a holier feeling. And I like this photo here of our temple with a cross on top of it. It's so cool. the Vietnamese Buddhists went crazy about this. There's so many of them came and complained to me. Said, "How could you? You must remove it." I said, "No." Yes, go ahead. Give him a microphone. He's very talkative. Blue.
At the beginning, I thought I was in a Catholic church.
It's a Catholic church. That's true. This is a Catholic church. It was a Catholic church. You know?
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian. Oh, okay. It's not a Catholic church.
No, it's a Christian denomination.
Sorry. Do they look different?
Yes, usually Catholic church tend to be like 5 times bigger, 2 to 5 times bigger.
They have more figures?
They will have
bigger.
The cross. They will have the Christ crucified on the typical typical Christians do not put any imagery.
Not in front. Oh, I see.
Some of them. It's just every Christian denomination is so different. So.
Okay. So, all right. Very Presbyterian. Thank you for the correction. I stand corrected. And all right. But that's the spirit. Our Mahayana, we embrace other religions. There's no problem. We don't try to convert them. We welcome them, and we're all on the same team. We're trying to do good for humanity and all living beings as well. So there's no problems at all as far as I'm concerned. In the future, when we are stronger, I hope to be able to turn this cross into a one character. Okay, so during the day it's a cross. At night we'll turn on the lights. All of a sudden becomes that Nazi character, Indian Nazi character, you will. And then we get even more complaints. All right. How's everyone tonight? Okay, we switch to the slides. Okay. So far, where are we? Oh no, I'm way beyond last night. I was taking a look ahead to see what the slides cover, and last night we started talking about Master Wei Shan's instruction to his pupils. The first time I read it, I learned about that, so it was very, very happy to see that. I don't know about you, but I never was able to learn directly from a great teacher like Master YongHua. I always had to learn secondhand. But even at that, to be able to hear those words of wisdom is really a real treat for me. It feels good inside. Anyway, so let me recapitulate for you. All I remember from last night are a couple of things. Number one, have a straightforward mind. a straight mind. Do not be crooked. Do not be fake. Do not pretend. Do not put on facades. So far, so good. That's what he says. Right? Number 2, he says, if we cultivate the way, the Chinese love it to cultivate the way. I personally feel that we really don't cultivate at all. I certainly don't cultivate. I don't know how to cultivate, because to claim I cultivate would not be true, because I never really learned, was never really trained by Master YongHua to cultivate. He did a few things, but that's about it. So I had to figure a lot of things out by myself, out of curiosity, out of necessity. But to call yourself to cultivate, to me, is a little bit arrogant, a little bit self-serving. So I like to think that we just try to improve ourselves, because there's still a lot of room for improvements. And by improving ourselves is for a purpose. The purpose is to be of service to society, to service to others. That's our simple goal in life. So to say we cultivate is really not really the case at all for me personally. And as far as for my followers, my students, they don't cultivate either. I don't want them to get a big head. I want them to think that they are receiving training to learn how to become a better human being. Okay? That's about it. All right? So he says, this Lingyou master, I use the word Wei Shan, Wei Mountain Master, or Wei Shan, Chinese. So Lingyou is actually his original Dharma name. He says, for us to cultivate the way, okay, cultivate the way is the Chinese way of saying, Indian way of saying that you refine yourself until you become a Buddha, okay? You walk the path towards becoming a Buddha, becoming a sage, a great sage, super sage, if you will, in the age of the Marvels studios. I think they might be able to relate to that, and the young generation. They might be more interested in having a super Buddha than the Buddha himself from India. Okay, so for that kind of person, cultivator of the way, okay, is called an unconditioned cultivator. A person, unconditioned cultivator, again, for your sake, I tried to explain it to you last night. I don't like the way the Chinese way of mystifying things and leaving things so poetic and somewhat abstract. For us in the West, I prefer not to have that. It leaves a lot of room for confusion, for a lot of charlatans. Okay, monks and nuns, charlatans who will say things you want to hear and claim it's called unconditioned cultivation. And that's baloney. The unconditioned cultivator is a person who learns to do nothing. When provoked, they do nothing. When praised, they don't get excited. When insulted, they don't get offended. When hungry, they don't beg. When poor, they ask for nothing. When angry, they can control themselves. All right? That's what an unconditioned behavior is. Unconditioned is non-doing. Non-doing what? Non-doing that if external stimuli come in, a demon attacks you, you do nothing. Why not? Aren't you worried? When the demon comes to attack you, when you cultivate, some of you in the future, or maybe in the past already, have faced the condition where actually a demon comes and then threatens to kill you. Anyone? I've been lucky, never had that problems. Okay, but the demons and ghosts attack you. Okay, like they attack us when we try to hold this Chan Qi. Okay, what do? When people attack you, okay? When you practice meditation and these demons comes and attack you, when you cultivate, these people come and attack you, okay? You do what? Nothing. Thank you very much. Okay? You do nothing. Why not? Why don't you do anything? Are you crazy? What's the matter with you? It's the demon. They're attacking us. How can you do nothing? Because Master Ling Yo says so, do nothing. What's the matter with you? We spent like 2.5 hours last night, 7:30, 7:20 until 10 o'clock. Okay? It's amazing, you still don't get it. He says, what I'm training you to do, I'm teaching you to do, in our school, Wei Yang School of Chan, we do nothing. Okay? Is that clear? We do nothing. Because if the demon is strong enough to kill us, so be it. We still do nothing. If they're not able to kill us, so what's the big deal? Let them attack us. If they can't kill us, it means we can recover, right? You can, you can cut off an arm or something, it'll grow again eventually. Hopefully. Don't quote me, please. Okay? Why are you so worried? My point being that the demons attack, there's some very compelling reasons why you don't want to do anything. Okay? I'm going to explain everything to you. Okay? If you do nothing, then miracles happen. And it's going to help you become so strong that in the future, the demons can no longer harm you. Okay? But if you do anything right now, you will miss that chance of becoming stronger in the future. So it's your choice. You want to become strong in the future? Demon comes and attack you? Fantastic. Should be rubbing your hands. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. They're trying to harm me. They're trying to hurt me. They're trying to kill me. This is so cool. I'm so important that it's worth it for them to come and attack us. Right? It's fantastic. I've been pursued and prosecuted for the last 25 years. Every time it hurts, but I say, wow, this is so cool. Man, would they see in me that it's worth, spending time to attack me and harm me and so forth? They must have something so cool that they need to stop me. To do nothing. That's how you become stronger so much quicker than sitting there in the mountains, in a valley, and being so peaceful and blissful and sleepy. so happy. But then when they feel that you have something worthwhile that is worth stopping you, then they have to come attack you. So it's great news. Okay? Do nothing. So far, so good. And also, not only for selfish motives, but also out of compassion. Because they're attacking us, they will get hurt very badly themselves. So you don't need to do anything. They'll get what they deserve. Is that clear? You don't need to do anything. The reaction will take care of them by itself. That's why we don't do anything. We all get what we deserve. Okay? All right. Is that clear? So 2 things. Number 1, straight mind. Number 2, do nothing. Unconditioned cultivation. Learn to resist the temptation. When outsiders, the attacks, the excitement comes from the outside, we do nothing. What about the attack comes from inside? Our own prejudices, our own attachments. Okay? Because when you see demons say, oh, you evil, you're harming others, so we need to do something about you. Okay? That's an internal attachment. You still do nothing. See that? Peace to the world. That's our small contribution. The Buddhist contribution. We do nothing. We don't punish witches. We don't burn them. We don't torture them. We don't do Mexican Inquisition. You know what I'm talking about? Have you heard of that? Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm provoking someone. Blue.
Just remember that those people that did that, it has nothing to do with the Catholic Church. It's just their own arrogance.
No, it came from the Pope. What are you talking about? I saw it in the movies. Are you kidding me? There are too many movies for that not to be true.
No, I didn't say it wasn't true. I'm just saying that they're not following the Catholic Church, even if it's the Pope. The Pope doesn't, even though he's the seat of he represents the church, sometimes Pope could be evil.
Yes, it's true. It's in the history of your religion that some popes are pretty evil, pretty bad popes.
Yeah, I agree. And some of them may have gone
Same thing with us. Some monks are pretty bad monks.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Worse than the popes.
I agree.
It's impossible. YouTube has a comment. My God, we never get to go to the lecture talk, the serious talk here. We only stuck in politics as usual. Yes, YouTube, comment, please.
Brady says, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Touché. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's why it's very hard to learn to do nothing. It's a lot harder than it sounds. And that's why it's misperception from the outsiders. They think of us and they think that we are basically loafers, leeches. And you know, I have news for you. We're not loafers, we're leeches. We are no leeches. It's the people who come here who are loafers. Or leeches. All right? Some of them. But the rest of my followers are very nice people. Okay. Buddhists or non-Buddhists alike. Okay, so far so good? Now, let me ask you then. That's Master Lingyo's teaching, right? What did Master YongHua teach us? Does anyone know? This is when we discover who's listening from the other side. No one. Oh my God. Okay, never mind about them. What about you? What did we learn from Master YongHua? What have I been teaching you from the Wei Yang teaching that he brought to this country? Okay, what is? Let me narrow it down for you. What is the equivalent of the straight mind here Master Lingyo talked about that Master YongHua teaches his followers, his students? He says, if you practice Mahayana, Chinese Mahayana in the West, okay, this is our Wei Yang style of practice. What is it? What's the equivalent of that? What's the counterpart of the straight mind that Master YongHua teaches? Anyone? Come on. Come on. I've been preparing for this since last night. Yes, Green.
So is that no lying?
Very good. Korea. You see, now you understand why I'm sending him over to Korea. Master YongHua teaches us in the 6 principles, principle number 6, no lying. Will someone tell me, please? Okay? What is the difference between straight mind and no lying? What is the difference? Are they the same? Or are they different? No one knows. Yes, Blue.
The straight mind could be someone that has thoughts, and the no mind could be the one that is able to cultivate and drop those thoughts.
No, this is the difference between straight mind, being straight, and not lying. What is the difference, or what is the similarities? Okay, why? About over 1,000 years ago, this founder of our school of Chan says, you should have a straight mind. And then 1,000 years later, okay, his descendant, his successor, brought that same school from China to the US. He says he formulated it in English for us, for our generation. He says, don't lie, okay? So that's why I'm asking you, just for your benefit, we need to clarify why the teaching is such. Come on. Don't be shy. Some of you came from the other side. What happened? Oh, yeah, I know Wu Yin is not here tonight. Oh, shucks, what a shame. I'm sure she would have some opinions. Yes, Cube. Mercedes Cube.
Emitofuo, straight mind, that for the enlightenment being and above, no line that for us, beginner, but it's the same.
It's the same? And this gentleman here is not only from the DRBA, he is also from the Vietnamese, from the Tibetan, everywhere, okay, as well. So he has a very, very diverse cross-section of all the schools, okay? Okay, very good. What YouTube has an answer as well.
Venerable Shannon says, some people lie to themselves and then say that they didn't lie because they didn't verbalize it.
Xian who?
Shannon.
Xian An. Oh,
Yes.
Xian An. I forgot about her. So some people lie, and they pretend they didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, fine. That's it?
Yeah, they say some people lie to themselves and say that they didn't because they didn't actually verbalize the lie.
Oh, because they didn't actually verbalize. That's true. If you you can lie by your mouth, you say a lie, or you can lie through your mind. Okay. For example, this is quite commonplace. People look, they see me and they run away because they don't want me to talk to me. Because when they talk to me, I ask them a question, and if they don't tell me the truth, if they hold back information from me, that's called a lie. So I force you to choose. Are you going to lie to me by withholding information? Withholding information is also lying. Okay? All right, YouTube has a question.
Yeah, Emily asks, is the straight mind like being straightforward?
Yeah. Straight mind, very simple, very being straightforward. Absolutely. That's what it means. It's straight, like an arrow. Nothing crooked. Okay? So, very good. Okay. Now, let me ask you, can you have a straight mind and lie? Or vice versa, conversely speaking, can you lie and have a straight mind? Yes, orange.
I imagine you can have a straight mind and lie if the lie was for some wiser reason.
Okay. What about, can you lie and you have a straight mind? See where we're coming from? We say, I have a straight mind, I practice straight mind. Can I lie? Versus, I typically lie. Can I still have a straight mind? That's the nature of the question. So can you lie and still have a straight mind? Mr. Orange?
That sounds more difficult.
Sounds difficult. Okay. It's so American. They can't say no or yes. I mean, he's becoming so Chinese. Yes, Blue.
Master, usually when you lie, it causes your mind to go into a circle. So you cannot have a straight mind.
Okay.
Because you always have to try to cover up.
So you're trying to tell me when you lie, your mind cannot be straight.
No.
Okay. That's one opinion. Yes. YouTube's answer.
Yeah, Jewel Mountain says, yes, I think for enlightened beings they can. And I just assumed that enlightened beings can lie with a straight mind for their own reasons.
I think, who's that I think? So Korean.
It's Venerable Shannon.
Xianan thinks, yeah. Oh, Xianan. Oh, I haven't seen her her on the internet. So I almost forgot about her until tonight. Okay, so he says you can. She believes that the people. There you go. The people who have straight mind can lie without any problems. Huh? Yeah. All right. YouTube answer. Yes.
Kwan says, you can still be not lying if you had the thoughts but dropped it.
You still can be not lying if you have the thought and drop it. Okay. My God, where does this guy learn his Buddhism from? He decides that if I think of a lie, and I say, wow, that's a lie, I better drop it, then I didn't lie at all. Huh? Okay, not quite. If you still have a thought of lying, you still are lying already. Okay? As soon as you have the thought of lying, that lying thought, you lied already. Okay? All right. Anyone else? Any other comments? Yes, green, blue.
So maybe if you are a really good liar, you just go straight to the point and just lie without even thinking, so that would be like straight.
Oh, you can lie and go straight to the point. Absolutely. Okay? What if you say, I'm lying to you. I'm a salesman, I need to lie to you.
But that's being truthful already, though. If you're saying to the person, I'm going to lie to you, that means that you're preparing the person for the lie. Right?
To lie is to tell an untruth. You cannot possibly tell the truth when you lie. Right? Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, you guys are so advanced. I can't fool you anymore. This is no fun anymore. Okay, let's change topic. I don't want to go further anymore. I need to see you sweat, but none of you is sweating, so it's Christmas, so I guess. I have to find fun somewhere else. We should go have a drive after the lecture, see all the lights. Do you Koreans have lights in Korea for Christmas lights? In Southern California, we have a lot of nice light shows. Beautiful shows. It's one of my favorite time of the year. Around 9 o'clock, I would take a drive and look at all the lights and listen to Holy Night, Silent Night, and enjoy the Catholics' Christmas. Great tradition in the US. I love it here. Okay. So before moving on, let me clarify it for you. All right. My late Chinese teacher, Master YongHua, brought the Wei-Yang doctrine, training doctrine to this country in the 1960s when he started teaching. So he formulated in those 6 principles and the things that we read every night. Okay, that's a Wei-Yang doctrine right there. Now I begin to understand. Okay, I used to recite that for years, and I couldn't know why were we doing this. No one explains to us why we have to recite this. But actually, it's so fantastic. Even though you don't understand really the full extent of what that doctrine is, but the fact you recite it every night, okay, every day, it creates an impression on you, okay? So I did that for years, so it's a very long-lasting impression. And this is why, by the way, monks and nuns, we recite the precepts twice a month for that reason. It creates an impression on our psyche. It's very important. You need to recite precepts twice a month. First of the lunar month, and first day of the lunar month, and 15th day of the lunar month. Okay? Something like that. All right? I highly encourage that practice. It's very, very good. Okay? Even though you don't understand the ramification of all the precepts, and we never really give you extensive training, but it's very, very good for you. Same thing for you lay people. You read the 5 precepts, you receive the 5 precepts. It's a good thing to recite it, even like twice a month. It's a lot shorter for you, so it's a very good thing to do. But we here at, we stole from my late Chinese master, because we can't claim that we are his children. I'm just a bastard, rejected bastard. So who wants to be the same as them? Okay, I don't care. Vietnamese say không thèm, meaning that doesn't turn me on. Okay, không thèm. Because when you reject it, then you say không thèm. Okay, when a girl rejects you after all your advances, and you finally give up, then you say không thèm. Okay, remember those expressions, very useful. Okay, anyway, so we did preserve that, so we copied that. We copied the same recitation and we use it for our training purposes. Okay, he stresses on principle number 6. Ask yourself, is it the case I don't lie? Okay, 问自己是不是不打妄语? Huh? In Chinese, and you can translate that into Korean, into Sanskrit or whatever. It's up to you, wherever the temple is. So he reminds us that this Wei-Yang training here in the West is that we don't lie, either intentionally, verbally, or by omission. We don't lie, okay? Because and that's very important, because when you think about it, in our daily lives, most of us have to lie, okay? Because it seems to be an accepted thing, okay? In our daily lives. Some professions are built upon lying, okay? So that's the way it is. So if you don't lie, you become an oddball. However, what he means by that, he said, ask yourself, is it the case I don't lie? Is that when you come to the temple, when you cultivate, in particular, you come to the temple, okay? Outside of the temple, you lie, that's your life, okay? We understand. When you come to the temple, drop that habit. Refrain from lying. Even though the expense of pissing Xian Tong off. Wasting water? Not me! Never! Okay, and she'll beat you up. That's part of the price. All right? Oh, by the way, I thought, excuse me, I need to tell her this before I forget. No, Xian Tong, Juan's wife and sister, they seem to have been infected. I heard like 10 days ago with the COVID. Okay? We're too busy, all of us are too busy. Can I ask you to be like the COVID terror and keep track of them? If people contact us, okay, and we ask for help, then within 7 days a week, we should ask them how they're doing, okay, to make sure they're okay. Okay, if it's not getting worse, then it's okay. They'll get better. Within 7 days, if it doesn't get worse, because whatever we do to help them, then it's going to get better. Okay? So you be the COVID terror. How's that? Meaning you're a terror to the COVID. I can't be more obvious than that. You mess with us, we kill you. All right? So follow up with Juan, okay? Oh, Juan, someone, I don't know. Okay, so from now on, she's the COVID terror. New work for you, new assignment for you. Okay? Anyone who asks for help, okay, we'll have to go through, she'll be the one who will be the quarterback for that front. All right? Okay, very good. So when you come to the way place, especially in our temple, when you recite that thing with us before we do the ceremonies, please remember that. It's meant for you to remind yourself not to lie while you're here. That's all we ask for. We're not asking you not to lie outside and say, this doesn't make sense to me because, how can I possibly do my job or survive out there, but I don't lie. It's just life, okay? I understand, especially those of you, so many of you are in sales and on those things, you need to lie. I understand that. But when you come to the temple, don't lie. That's all. That's all we ask of you. So far, so good. That's good enough for you to make progress. Is that clear? That's the secret. They didn't tell you. Master YongHua says, let me explain to you why he never explained to his disciples. It's a test. But since I cannot afford to test you because you drop out like flies, so I test you too much. As soon as I throw a test at you, a real good test at you, you don't like it. And you say, I go to a better temple that would treat me better than this. Oh, Master is so evil. I assure you, my teacher is a lot more evil than I am. I'm like a baby evil compared to him. Anyway, so is that clear? That's what he says. Come to the temple, you don't lie. And then you can extend it if you wish. That when you practice meditation, okay, at home, during that time there, you practice meditation, don't lie. How about that? Okay? Don't lie to your husband. Don't lie to your girlfriend. Okay? When you practice meditation. That's what you should keep in mind. If you really take the Wei Yang Chan seriously, then when you practice it, don't lie. All right? The temple is a place where it's safe for you not to lie. Yes, we also have the water terror. Besides the COVID terror, we also have the water terror, garbage terror, all those things, okay? But remember, when these terrors attack you, it's a good chance, it's a good opportunity for you to improve quicker. And you can't take it and go to, the temple next door here, okay? Much bigger, much better food. Real Buddhist temple instead of half Presbyterian church, half, we don't know what. All right, is that clear? That's what Master YongHua is saying. Okay, but what Master Lingyo is talking about is like the comment from the Northern California Q. That is correct. Okay, what Master Lingyo taught about being straight, having a straight mind, is much higher level than not lying. Okay, meaning that if you don't lie, you get to be about the same level as his disciples, Master YongHua disciples. Among Master YongHua disciples, the ones I came in contact with, I can think of a couple of people who have straight minds. The rest of them are not straight. Okay? It's just my humble opinion. Okay? So that's the difference. Okay? If you want to go higher level. You want to graduate from not lying to having a straight mind. That's my tip to you. So, for that matter, as long as we're here, I'd like to tell you that I'm very grateful for this exposure to Master Ling Yo's teaching. And I didn't know this before. So for that, we're going to add this to our daily recitation. After, ask yourself, is it the case I don't lie? We should add another line. Ask yourself, do I have a straight mind? All right? So far, so good? So that we can include the more advanced students. All right? Because not lying is not enough. Okay? When you have wisdom, then you need to graduate to being straightforward, straight like an arrow. Okay? That's it. When you have your mind is straight like an arrow, okay, and you have wisdom, a lie is no longer a lie. But until you have wisdom, okay, first step is learn not to lie. Because lying comes from when you're confused, when you have no real wisdom yet, it comes from your reaction to external pressure. You choose the easy way out. Your ego chooses the easy way out by lying, so that it can protect itself, okay, from getting into trouble. That's why you have to lie, right? Or getting what you want. So it's understandable, okay? When you're confused, we understand. It's not a problem, okay? So, but if you want to get out of that rut, that you have to keep on lying and lying, you lie to your customer, and you go home, you look at your wife, you lie to your wife, you lie to your children, and then your children look at you and say, Daddy lies. And it's okay to lie. So now the lies go from generation to generation, and it becomes part of the culture, unfortunately. Okay? In Master Ling Yo's generation, when he says, I'm telling you, boys and girls, you want to, 3,000 of you here practicing with me, okay? You need to have a straight mind. Okay? He never even had to go into don't lie. You get my drift? These people are superior people already. They have the potential to reach very high level already. That's why teaching them about lying is not necessary. Okay? But for some reason, Master YongHua decided to stress, to address the lower level people needs when he taught the principles. So far, so good? Is it clear to you? Do you agree with me that not lying is lower level, like the San Jose Cube person, and that a straight mind is a more advanced level? Is that clear? All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, it's up to you. You can choose. You can choose. Okay, I want to reach higher levels. Then you have to refine your mind to that you're more straight, and straighter and straighter and straighter. Whereas you perfectly happy with your normal life, and then reduce the lying, the need to lie, the urge to lie. All right? That's it. That's the point, the main point I'd like to make tonight. All right? Any questions or comments? It's very Wei-Yang, by the way. Let me tell you. What Master YongHua taught is he's talking about an action. To lie is to do something. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's what he says. Master Lingyo is not talking about the action. He's talking about your being. Are you straightforward? Is your mind straightforward? Okay? So you see, that's why there's a difference between lying, which is a coarser reaction, versus the mind doesn't even consider lying. Okay? Doesn't see the need to lie. Yes, Cube.
Yes, Master, I had a question. I remember Master said in some instances there's kind of socially acceptable responses that could be okay. Like I feel like if people ask you, how are you doing? Usually I just say, okay, even if I'm not feeling very okay.
Yeah.
But I wonder in that instance, would it be better to just say, I feel like crap? Or is it kind of okay?
Well, think about it, Xianjie. If people ask, how are you doing? If you ask me, how are you doing, Master? You know what I feel like telling you?
No.
Take a wild guess. In the spirit of Christmas. Everyone comes to me and they say, I say, how are you today? I say, oh, great. How are you, Master? Fine. When I was very sick, how are you today? Oh, I feel fine. But you don't look fine. Oh, I feel real fine. You look so thin. And what do I do after the third question, the third comment like that? You know what I feel like saying to the people who ask me, how you doing, how you feeling? None of your damn business. Just kidding. Okay, so yes, of course, it's a socially acceptable thing is to say those things. It's not really considered a lie. It's just like they don't mean to ask how you're doing. It's just like a greeting, like a breaking the ice, if you will. Yes, but that has nothing to do with this. It's about what we're talking about. Is that this there's a choice to that when you feel compelled to lie, are you gonna lie? That's what we're talking about, not the social greetings and the inconsequential stuff. Yes? Cube.
Yeah, thank you. I think that will answer it.
What?
I said that answers the question.
Answers the question. Okay, very good. All right. So shall we keep going and to learn more about this sage's teaching? Once a monk, 134. Once a monk asked, "Does a certainly enlightened cultivator need to cultivate further?" 135. He said, "If truly enlightened and attained the fundamental, at that time he himself will know." Okay, so he says, when you, at the very moment that you become enlightened, we're talking about enlightenment, okay? That includes small enlightenment and great enlightenment. So small enlightenment in Mahayana means 4th stage Arhat, okay? And then at that moment, when you reach 4th stage Arhat, you yourself will know, right? And then the next big one is the big enlightenment, the great enlightenment. Then you yourself will be clear, very clear. All right. So that's what he says. When you attain the fundamental, you attain your original wisdom, your original nature, And then at that time you know. Okay. 136. Cultivate or not cultivate are words of two extremes. He says here, the question here comes from a person who's really are dual, okay? Cultivate or not, okay? Meaning is that for an ordinary person who would ask this kind of question. 137. Now, although the initial mind was obtained from conditions, with one thought of certain enlightenment, one just minds oneself. So he says, initial mind here, this mind here, what he means by here is your mind, your thinking mind that you have right now, was formed because of your normal condition, your normal life. Your normal life, before, you get into, when you live your normal life, you learn, your mind was influenced, react to the external demands, the external influences. Okay, that's what he's referring to. So the mind that you have, who you are today, was formed by social influences, by social conditions. However, when you practice, and then that one thought of certain enlightenment, okay, when you become enlightened, okay, then you naturally will only return back into yourself. You're no longer worried about outsiders anymore. You don't worry about what others think of you, whether others like you or not, and so forth. It's no longer relevant. You only worry about yourself. Whether they think you're a great teacher, you are a very knowledgeable monk, okay, that's no longer relevant. Okay? It's no longer important. You only mind yourself. Because your worries about whether you have to do a good lecture and you have to be a good speaker of the Dharma is not that important. Okay? That's the mindset of people who have wisdom. They only worry about themselves. What kind of worries? He says, 意念顿悟自理. You only manage yourself. Okay? Mind oneself here refers to you manage your own problems. You worry about your own problems. All right? You no longer look outside and judge people. Here's a leech. Here's a sincere person. Here's another user. Here's and so forth. It doesn't matter anymore. Whoever they are, as who they are. You embrace them all. Until they do stupid things, that's their problems, right? But you only worry about yourself. You don't no longer worry about how whether people's gonna like you or not, your lectures or not. It's no longer relevant. That's wisdom. All right? Next, 138. Because of beginningless ancient kalpas, habit energies that one cannot be suddenly purified. Okay? This is what bothered me when I was practicing years ago, is that all these questions, I had the similar kind of questions, and I couldn't find it in the Chinese or the English translation. It's fantastic that they have it here with Master Ling Yo. He says, we've been transmigrating, we've been revolving in the wheel of reincarnation for so long that we forgot, okay, how long ago it started. But every time we have a new body, we build up more habit energies. Okay? Habit energies are the habits that if you tend to lie for small things, okay? Like you are as a monk, you invited over to someone's house, you shouldn't go. Or if you're invited to a good restaurant, you shouldn't go. Okay? But in some cases, we are forced to go. Okay? That's why when I first went to Canada, and the monk in charge there, the head monk there of Canada operations back then, now he returned to lay life already. He says, tomorrow we're going to this lay person's house for a visit. I say, so as the whole temple is getting ready, whole temple meaning he and me, okay? He's a very, very difficult man to get along with. Okay, so no one could stay very long with him, so he's usually by himself. So he said, will you go tomorrow? So tomorrow, I said, no, I'm not going. So he's very upset. He yelled at me. He said, how dare you not go? Okay, this is an important person for the temple. I said, but Master YongHua, I said, I was very hard-headed. I said, but, Master says we shouldn't go to lay people's house, and because it's not a proper environment for a monk. And he says, Master YongHua, you weren't there, but I was there. Master YongHua told me that for these important people, these sincere supporters of the temple, we must go. So I said, I don't feel like going. Why? Because the guy's samadhi is so low, he couldn't impress me. He couldn't convince me. I said, how do you know? I was so arrogant back then. So that's why he never liked me. Anyway, so you have, you have these you have these another example is you go. So my example means that as a monk you go to these lay people's house. You go out to the restaurant with them to enjoy the food and so forth and get more money and so forth, which is I used to do in Taiwan. Okay, and let me tell you, I was poor, no money. I felt dirty. I felt very, very bad inside. Okay, because it's nasty arrangements where they bring in these poor monks like us, okay, who had no support whatsoever, and then they have a Dharma assembly at a temple. So they trucked all these monks, foreign monks, to the temple, so they have an assembly with a lot of monks. That's how they have a lot of offerings. And they give us, like pittances. But it works both ways. We have some money for food, and then they have a lot of offerings. It's a nasty, nasty thing. And I started doing that because my friends were doing that. We were all poor. And after a while, I stopped doing that. I said, no, I don't feel good, frankly. I really don't feel good, okay? I feel so dirty. So I went out and bought some ice cream. No gelato. In Taiwan. God, what a country. How can you live without gelato? So, anyway. So, because when you have these, you indulge in these behaviors, you go to ingratiate yourself with external things, you plant the seeds of greed, okay? And lifetime after lifetime, you keep on doing that, okay? Similarly, by the way, okay? You lie. If you lie, okay, and you justify yourself it's okay to lie your entire life, guess what? You do that. We will do that lifetime after lifetime. naturally. Next life, next body, you lie as well. That's called habit energy. And you lie next time. Okay? You lie even more and more and more until what happened? You become Mr. T. Just a joke. We won. Never mind. Okay, you see, so that's Master Ling Yo is referring to. We have these habit energies that is very detrimental to your practice. Lying is one of them. Okay, because lying, you can see the immediate benefits of your lies. Okay, and that's why you keep on lying, because you feel it's beneficial. Actually, it's very damaging to you, very bad for you, okay? And we have these layers. Every lifetime you have creates more layers of lies, and more layers of lies, and more layers of lies, okay? So that's why you need to undo those things when you have to cultivate, okay? 139, you need to teach him to purify and rid the current karma flowing consciousness. That is cultivation. So even after you become enlightened, okay, you still have all these habit energies. Yes, he says, the Chinese says, 自理, you only mind yourself, right? You only manage yourself. You don't worry about others anymore. You only worry about, what mistakes am I making? Remember last night? The patriarchs come to our world to talk about, the sages, to tell us about our mistakes, and when you're in trouble, you're suffering because you made some mistakes. So the patriarch says, you see, that's a correlation. You're miserable right now because you made some mistakes. You have hernia because you worry. That's a mistake. You have to cut it out. Okay, so once you have wisdom, you realize that the outside doesn't matter anymore. You worry more about yourself. You keep on refining yourself. 自理 in Chinese means that you purify and rid the current karma flowing consciousness. That's what he's referring to. 自理 in Chinese. Okay? You don't know how lucky you are. I used to read those things and didn't mean diddly squat to me. It bothered me for so long. Okay? Yes, Korea has a question.
Yep. After the Big Enlightenment, do those enlightened beings still have habit energies or not anymore?
That's what we're talking about. They still have habit energies. These are the layers that we need to clean off. Okay? Next, 140. See how far we can go. Because tomorrow night is a lecture again. That's weekend, right? Tomorrow night. Okay, very good. 140. Not that there are all the methods to teach him the cultivation directions. Okay. 不大别有法教起修一行气象。Well, I don't know what he means by here. Too Chinese. From hearing what enters the principle, hearing the principle which is profound and wonderful. Okay, so it is so important for you to listen to the profound principles. That's critical in your self-purification process. It's your self-refinement process. You need to keep on hearing the principles. So again, it is so wrong for you to practice meditation without the Dharma Talks. Absolutely wrong. Okay, you need to speak Dharma to people. It doesn't have to be formal like this. It could be like during lunch, a few comments here and there. That's so important. Okay? That's when you help people, remind them to be in a safe range, okay? And going in the right direction. Don't Don't veer into lying just because you need money, you need more clothes. Okay? So far, so good. So those principles are very simple, but actually they're profound. And they're profound because they're based on these pay charts when they teach you. It's based, whatever they tell you, very simple terms. Actually, it's based on very profound principles. Don't lie. It's based on very profound principles. And by not lying, you will understand how wonderful those principles really are. 142. Mind itself has perfect clarity. It does not dwell on confused grounds. Okay, your true mind is very clear. Okay, you are temporarily confused right now. All of you, all of us. Only our confusion is but temporary. Right? 143. Even have hundreds of thousands of wondrous meanings at the time of disparaging and praising. Okay, that's wonderful because the wonder comes from both the negative and the positive. It comes from the disparaging or from the praising. Okay. 144. This is obtaining the seat and wearing the sash. He himself understands the work. So Master Ling Yo is now saying this is, in his view, what to him being a monk, wearing a sash, okay, and not only wearing a sash but sitting on the Dharma seat, okay, really means. Okay, if you keep on cleansing yourself, okay, clearing out all these layers upon layers of habit energies, and you practice the unconditioned, okay, then you will understand the work. That's what the nature of the work is. It's not trying to be popular. It's not trying to have a bigger temple. Not trying to have reputation. A good reputation or bad reputation is not that important. It's about you. Purifying yourself. And getting rid of these habit energies of trying to know, of trying to be better than someone else. Trying to be important. Baloney. Okay. Next week we'll go into some of the questions from Koreans about these bowing monk, whatever. Okay. 145. Essentially, actually, nomenon ground does not receive one dust. Okay. So actually, if once you have true wisdom, after you reach great enlightenment, you realize actually it's no dust to talk about. He says, you don't know what I'm talking about, but you see, if you trust me, eventually you see that it doesn't matter. They love you, they hate you, okay? It doesn't matter at all. Because love, hate is just the dust. "146, among the 10,000 practice doors, do not leave out one." Okay, he cut to the point. If they cut to the point. So he says, don't be so short-sighted. Don't say that I only practice chant, I don't recite the Buddha's name. Or some people say, I recite the Buddha's name, I don't practice chant. Okay? Or don't say that I'm the true Dharma, I'm Hinayana stuff. Mahayana is evil. Okay? And it's not true. It's not the true Buddha's teaching. Or Mahayana should not say, I'm American, I don't practice Chinese Mahayana. Don't do that. Okay? Wait. We should do American Mahayana first. Okay? Dao Qu Ru, I don't know what Dao Qu Ru, I don't know whatever it means. Then, if you practice that way, then there's no. Then the ordinaries and sages' feelings are exhausted. The substance will reveal real permanence. So it says, if you don't know, you don't understand what I'm talking about right now, but eventually you get there and you see that there's no sages, there's no ordinary people, there's no more differentiation, and that's when your true Buddha nature will reveal. You see the real substance of everything. Everything. You see the truth. And you realize how petty you are, how stupid you are. And you think you're so smart. Okay? (148) Noumenon, phenomenon are not two. It is like the Buddha. This is very advanced. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay? So just at this stage here, let's be happy with that. To say noumenon and phenomenon are not two. Okay? It is like the Buddha. This is the avatamsaka state. This is where ultimate Chan, highest level of Chan, now merges into the Avatamsaka Sutra. Got it? That's why Master YongHua could explain the Avatamsaka Sutra, because his Chan level is so high. He looked at Avatamsaka and said, wow, yeah, that's Chan too. Got that? It's fantastic. That's it. Oh, thank you for your patience. I pushed through these instructions here. Okay, for you. This is general instructions that's so advanced. Let me tell you, it's incredible. You are so blessed. I am so blessed to be able to hear this from this great master. He sets the standards. He says, this is my way out. And he ended by saying, I'm telling you, he says, my way out is Avatamsaka Sutra too. Well, a small portion of that, not all of it. Isn't that cool? It's extremely advanced Chan. Questions, comments? See, fell on deaf ears. I just said advanced Chan, and no one has any questions. No wonder Master YongHua has to teach you, don't lie. Stick to non-lying first, okay? And meanwhile, you're not lying, straighten your mind a little bit more, okay? To make it a little bit faster, okay? And the results speak for themselves. I want you, it's not talk, I want you, American Mahayana, American Weiyang, to be better than the Chinese Weiyang descendants. How's that? You yourself will know. Okay? It's only for you to know and your teacher to know. It's not something you can brag about and try to make money out of. Only you know. And that's called virtue. All right? That's our Wei-Yang Koreans. It's way beyond your Korean teachers teach you. And that's the seeds we want to plant in Buddhism. The people who study Buddhism should have these proper seeds. Okay? That Master Wei Shan planted thousands of years ago in China. And you over there right now have very strong affinities with this Wei-Yang, the Wei-Yang training. That's why you get to hear this so soon, so quickly, at the same time as the Americans here. That's very impressive. Okay? This is the first time that, as I told you, first time I'm exposed to this, and that we're able to share with you over there in Korea as well. So it's fantastic. Okay, so Merry Christmas. That's your Christmas gift. Yeah, Santa Claus came from the US to Korea and to your homes. Okay? That's our Christmas gift to you. Okay? Merry Christmas. Silent night. Hey, can we do that in the future? We have a piano here, and we have a chanting. Huh? It would be so cool. You like that? Bring a Catholic choir over. We'd love to have them. Instead of having a lion dance in Lunar New Year, that's what we do. Why don't we have a authentic Christmas carols from authentic Catholic or Christian choirs? Huh? It would be so cool. Would you like to do that? Huh? Wouldn't that be cool? You guys are so boring. God, your China is so boring. Your China, you come to Way Mountain and expecting, I'm going to sit here until I become enlightened. Then when you become enlightened, you're like that. What good are you? Huh? What good are you to me? I'm so bored. We need excitement. Huh? Let's do that, huh? In the future, let's arrange for that. Can we? Huh? I'm so interested. I only hear carols of those things in the movies. I'd love to have them here, out in the courtyard in our thing, and chant with them. Okay? And when we become so influential, we can invite the great opera singers. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Amazing grace. I love that. It touched my heart when he sang that in an empty church. Something in me popped. I said, oh, wow. It's so beautiful. We Buddhists will never be that good, ever. That's why I'm glad that there are Catholics in the world who can create such beautiful, beautiful things as a contribution to the world. It's fantastic. Those operas and Mel Gibson, that fanatic. Okay? There's always good and bad things in life. You cannot say, I only want the operas and the carols and Andrea Botticelli, okay? And I don't want a Mel Gibson or president holding a Bible. Okay? We need to take them all. We have to embrace them all. It's okay. Okay? All right. Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Okay. See? Is that how the Queen does it?